Good morning, crocodiles. How are you today? So, today's Wednesday, and welcome to our English class through our YouTube channel. I hope that you guys are being safe, that you're washing your hands a lot, that you're staying home, and that you're not going crazy. I'm going to send you later some tips of what I've been doing to keep myself entertained, and maybe some projects we can do weekly, so that when we go back to school, we can show our friends and our colleagues and you what we have been up to. So today for this English class, we are going to talk about information text. Okay, we started talking about them on Monday, and I'm going to give you a little bit more detail today. Okay, so I showed you on Monday this big book. I don't know if you remember. The book is called Sharks and Other Sea Creatures. It's a big information book that has, I'm sorry to repeat it, but it has information about sharks, okay? And we started discussing what are the differences between an information book and a story. And we said that mostly we can find in a story, if we look at it, we can find a non-real facts, like made up things. And also, if you look at the structure of a book, if you have a story, it has the front cover, and in its front cover, it has the title. And when you open it, you start reading the story right away. You have pictures as well. But if you look at an information book like this one, you can tell as soon as you open it that it's not really a story. Look at this one, for example. If you look at this page, you can see straight away that this doesn't look like a story. It looks differently. And it does. It has different features on it, okay? What kind of features? We can find a title. We can find subtitles, subheadings. We can find introduction paragraphs. I'm gonna go through that, okay? And you actually started labeling. I sent you an activity. I think it was on Monday. Labeling. I sent you several pictures of this book, and you had to label the features you could find in there. If you haven't done it, you still have time to do it. It's good and it's entertaining to actually look at how many little things you can find in an information text, okay? So I'm gonna send you today a checklist of all the features you can find in there. You are going to choose the weirdest animal that you can find that lives in the deep, deep, deep part of the sea, okay? For example, you can choose the anglerfish. I know there are some really interesting facts about it that you could write an information fact file about it. Choose one you want. Choose the weirdest, disgusting, and let me know which one you're doing. So we try and avoid that we are not doing the same, so that in the end we can all share what we learned about these animals. At the beginning of this week, I also sent you an activity that was called Quizlet. If you went to that link, you may have seen that you can see like some flashcards. In those flashcards, there were concepts for the midnight layer and the animals that we can find in there, okay? So I'm going to send you this checklist. You don't have to use all of the features. It's just like a guide for you to check that what you're writing, it's actually an information text and not a story. Okay, so number one, in an information text, we find a general topic, okay? A topic title and a general topic. In this case, if we look at this book, general topic is, what is a shark, okay? Then you have different subheadings with different subtitles, but the general title of this page is talking about what is a shark. Just after your general topic, you're going to find an introduction paragraph. Okay, a short introduction paragraph. Of course, this is longer because check it out. It's 2 big pages. So of course, the introduction is a little bit longer. You guys can do a shorter introduction. Okay. In this introduction, you give information on who or what or where you're going to talk about. Like for example, if you're going to talk about the midnight layer, so we're going to do a short introduction. What is a midnight layer? Where is it? And how far is it? And is it cold? And who lives there? You see, like short and brief information you're going to detail. Then you can find smaller organized paragraphs. Check it out. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, this is a huge book. So of course it has a lot of information. If you guys are doing your information fact file and you add 2 smaller paragraphs or even 1 smaller paragraph, then it's already an information text. You're giving extra information. In those paragraphs, you're supposed to have a subheading, like a subtitle. For example, my big general topic is the midnight layer. One of my subheadings could be animals that live in the midnight layer. Another subheading would be temperature in the midnight layer. The other one would be pressure in the midnight layer. Like all the features we can find, I'm going to subdivide. Like you're going to think big topics, smaller topics. And those smaller topics are the smaller paragraphs, okay? If you look at the structure of the book, I closed it, silly me. If you look at the structure of the book, you're going to realize that this information may be presented in fact boxes. You can see them. Some of them are in fact boxes, and some of them are presented in bullet points. Okay? So you guys decide if you want to present it normally just in a different separate space. If you want to do a box that I can see it straight away, if I open it, I can realize it's a fact box. Or you could do a bullet points. Okay? The more details you give in an information text, the better. Okay? And when we're writing information text, we have to pretend like we're scientists. Okay? We have to put on that white robe and use that fancy language they use and try to explain stuff with facts. Okay? Scientists don't go telling stories. Like imagine this. I'm going to read you. Wait, listen, I closed it again. I'm being super sick. Imagine I'm going to read you this part and then I'm going to change it and we're going to see which one sounds better. So in this part of the story, listen to me. In this part of the book, it says predator predicament. To be successful hunters or predators, sharks must find food or prey and then catch it. Now imagine this is a scientist talking. This is a person using factual language, using facts. This is a person who is writing using technical language. Like they're not being silly. They're not writing a story. They're writing an information book. Okay? Now imagine if instead of saying this, it would say something like this. To be successful hunters, when the sharks are really, really hungry, they are predators. Sharks must find food. I'm starving. What should I eat? And then catch it. Yum, yum, yum. That was yummy. So is that something you guys would find in an information book? No, right? That's something you guys are only going to find in a story. That kind of vocabulary, that kind of language, you would only find in a story. I'm so sorry if I keep touching my ears. I have a microphone there. It keeps falling down. So you guys have to use factual language. Facts. What is a fact? A fact is that the sky is blue. Can we discuss that? Can you argue with me? Can you tell me, no, Miss Aram, the sky is purple. What are you thinking? No, The sky is blue. You can see it. It's a fact. There's no point on discussing that. You know it, I know it, scientists know it, books know it. It's a fact. The sky is blue. If I say, I'm the most amazing teacher in the world, is that a fact? No, that's my opinion. Maybe that's your opinion. But it's not a fact, okay? We have opinions and that can change, that can vary. However, a fact won't vary. It is what it is, okay? Yeah? So we have to use facts. Make sure you're researching. Make sure you ask your mom. Make sure you ask your dad. Make sure you watch a documentary. Make sure you read a book or you have the information that is real. It's not guessing and it's not opinions. It's facts, what you have to write. And also in this checklist that I'm sending you, it emphasizes the fact that information texts are written in present tense. This may seem weird and tricky and complicated, but you guys already know this. Present tense is when we use our verbs, when we use our action words in our present time. For example, when I say, I write, I jump, you walk, he talks. Those are present tense, okay? We don't talk in past. Like we don't say sharks used to eat fish because sharks are still alive, right? So they are still eating fish somewhere in the ocean. So we're talking in present time, okay? Unless we're talking about something like dinosaurs. We don't have dinosaurs anymore, so we are going to use past tense for them, right? They don't exist anymore. But for something that still exists, like the stuff we are doing today, we are going to use our present tense, okay? And it also talks about writing in the third person. What is the meaning of writing in the third person? This is interesting, you know? If someone is writing in the first person, then that person is going to say, I think that sharks are cool because I believe that I read somewhere that they are cool and they are not really dangerous, and therefore I support the sharks. Did you hear what I said? What pronouns did I use? I was talking according to myself. That's the first person, okay? And writing in third person will be giving me some space, and I'm gonna talk like I'm not there. Like, sharks are very good, and people think, and we, or maybe they believe, but we're not going to write I, okay? So it's third person. I'm going to distance myself from that. I'm the one who's writing it, but I'm a scientist, I'm professional, so I'm not going to use the pronoun I, and I'm not going to give my opinion. It's only facts, okay? And last but not least, we have to use a formal tone. Again, we have to pretend we are scientists, okay? And, well, I'm going to send you then this checklist for you to read through with your mom, your dad, or if you can read it by yourself, if you're a Jaguar, then go ahead and read it by yourself, and you can try and do your fact file. Guys, let's try to do it by yourselves. I know you can do this. I know you're able to do this. Sound the words out. Say it 3 times and then sound them out. Sharks. Sharks. And then I use my Freddy fingers. Shark. Sharks. And then you can write and you can spell it down. You can do this, okay? Only ask for your mom's help or for your dad's help if you feel that you really have no idea what you're doing, okay? Or you can chat or you can call me, but I know you can do this. So try to do it by yourself, okay? I'm also sending a page that has like a format of an information text. You could use that if you want to, or if you don't want to, you can use your own imagination and distribute your information text the way you want. Please include a picture of the animal you're doing. Write it or print it or draw it, whatever you want to do, but have a picture of the animal you're choosing, okay? I think I'm going to sit down right now and make one of my own, and I'm going to send it to you as well, so you can see kind of the things what I wanted to do. However, it's not copying from mine. Use your imagination, use your own words, and look for the facts you want to share. Okay? Remember in the quiz that I sent you, you have a lot of information already about weird animals in the deep, deep part of the ocean, in the midnight zone. But if you don't want to use that, you can go and check something out and you can research something else. Okay? I hope you're being safe. Stay home. If you have any questions, ask. And enjoy. Have fun. Bye-bye.